Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Street Savvy, the podcast. I am Jay Works, your host with the most. Lord, I'm glad to be back on for the new year 2026. Folks, I've been on a hiatus. I had got surgeries on both of my elbows and wrists over the last 6 months, folks. So I've been in a lot of pain, and hopefully I'm getting released of it, and things are getting better and looking up for me as far as getting back to work in the way I need to, provide for my family, and pushing my brand and pushing my word and my content on this lovely podcast, Street Savvy. Folks, I got a great topic for you guys tonight. As you can hear, I'm not responsible for the music in the background, but my guy's new addition is an RCA Music. That's the 1996 album, Home Again. If you don't got it, guys, go out and get it. Telling you, New Edition is all I listen to majority of the time when I'm in my car, when I'm in the mood, when I got something on my mind, folks. New Edition. They are out on tour as we speak with Boys and Men and the one and only Tony Braxton, folks. Yes, Bobby, Ricky, Ronnie, Mike, and Johnny is out on tour, and they pushing it again. These guys been together over 40-something years. Love it. If you ain't seen New Edition, go out and see them, guys. And all acts, all three acts, New Edition, Boys and Men, and Tony Braxton on the stage. One stage, folks. So go out and check it out. Check out the group. They're fabulous. This is the only, listen, I'm going to tell you this, folks. You guys may not know if you do or not. You might be a New Edition fan or not. I don't give a shit because I am. Excuse my French. But New Edition is the only super group that we ever going to see in our lifetime. And I'm going to go out on the limb and say that. I ain't even going to say allegedly. I'm going to say only because I grew up on the Jackson 5, the Temptations, the Delphonics, Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, the Supremes, so on and so on. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I mean, groups that was dynamic and had solo artists, including recent, the last 30 years. You got Destiny's Child, with Beyonce and Michelle and all those guys. But a super group, folks, New Edition is. These guys are definitely put together. And Brooke Payne, my brother, your blessings. If nobody talks about New Edition without talking about Brooke Payne, folks, you got another thing coming. These guys are out on tour again. Hopefully you get to see them. Well, folks, tonight's subject, prime time, Jay Works, Street Savvy. Yes, great subject. It's about family first. I had other things I had written down, but I talked to my daughter, one of my oldest daughter, Miss McCall. I'm gonna leave it right there, and we had a family conversation, man. And if anybody would know me, and my kid's mother, and if they would speak frank about Jay Works, they'd tell you I'm a puppy for my children. I cry about everything with them. Birth, great things they done, or the littlest things I hear. I'm over hills about my babies, right? But to tell you this, folks, me and my daughter was talking about family and how growth is everything, man. Growth is things you learn from when you're younger, things you seen from when you was younger, or things as you growing, or the mistakes you have made makes you stronger. And let me tell you one thing she said to me that stuck out. She says, Dad, remember when you were in school and you played tug of war with the rope? I said, yeah. Well, I said, yeah, recess. When you was recess, me was recess at the Dever Elementary in Boston. And she said, I said, yes, daughter. Yeah, that's tug of war. She said, you know how when you pulling the rope, you pulling it and the knots hurt your hand? And I said, yes. I didn't know where she was going with it, but I felt where she was going with it. And she said, it hurts when you pull. You're trying to pull the other person over. She said, but Dad, if you let it go, the pain stops. The pressure stops. She said I had to learn that. And put that in perspective, that was the biggest and the brightest thing any one of my kids can ever say, or a person in my life can say to me as an example. And I went on to say to her, that's remarkable what you have become for the mother of your children and the woman you are to whatever guy you ever going to be with in life. You're going to be there. You, excuse me. You're going to be that one. And then I went on to tell her too that you guys, my children, from Lachey, Nene, Unique, Jaquan, Jerry, Jerome, Portia, Olivia, Brianna, Isaiah, Igeria, Sunshine, and Jerry, and Javon, y'all my greatest attributes. Greatest attributes in my life. Without y'all, it will be no me. And I want to say this to my kids, only my kids, because I can't say nothing but kudos to each woman who ever laid down with me and had a child. I respect them to the fullest. No matter how they feel about me, or no matter if they think I'm still whoever, or they just respect me. They respect me for who I am, but I respect them women because they didn't have to deal with the bullshit or the person I was when I was younger. I had no handbook. I had no guidance. I just had a great father and a great stepmother. It was either I choose something or I didn't. But the women who I had kids by, kudos. Kudos. Never got nothing else to say about you guys, bad or good. Just I respect y'all. But my children, whatever dad couldn't do or didn't say, I want you guys to know something. I'm not apologetic. I'm not a stoic. I'm only human. And whatever I didn't do better or do greater or did less, please be better for your children. Be 110% better. Or if it's certain thing of that. And whatever I did teach you, I hope you learned something from your dad. Something gracious. Something positive. Something overwhelming. Because I was never perfect. I was never the one that had everything and had the best words to say. You know, I'll just going with how my culture was and things that I thought I knew. But what's most important, I made sure each one of y'all knew each other. And wherever I laid my head, y'all can lay your head at. Anything else is self-explanatory. And I'm proud of you guys. Don't look back. Don't look back. Keep going forward. And please do not blame me, your mom, whoever else, or your kid's father or your kid's mother. Be better for you. Respect yourself. That way, someone you love or had kids by is always going to respect you. Period. It's nothing to say no more than that. You only one person. You're only human. You're only human. And for you to stay that way and stay remotely in charge of you, and I tell all my daughters, I just told one tonight, always dictate your situation. Always be big mama. Always be the head honcho. No matter what. Don't take a backseat of nothing unless it's equal to the environment you in. Again, unless it's equal to the environment you in. I have no lost words for nothing when it comes down to my children or people who I know. Or people who choose to deal with me. Period. I love my family for what it's worth. No matter what you think about me or my and let's not get it twisted, folks. I do not live with none of my siblings or my parents or live near. My mom lives in New York. My dad lives in Boston. A lot of my older children lives Massachusetts. They're spread out. Texas, Florida, Georgia, Seattle. But I share my heart with my family. None of my siblings live near me. None of my brothers and sisters but one. And we babysit each other. We work. Everything's about working and establishing better for yourself. I don't enjoy no times with no one, no fun times, which I should, or family events. I don't. I choose not to. I choose to have this ladder that I'm going up, or this goal that I'm trying to get, or this benchmark I'm trying to have with my businesses, or try adventuring other things I have not adventured into, you know, or have PD Code bigger than the legacy it is, and have PD Code definitely what I want it to be, generational wealth. And that's where I'm at in life and things I have learned and to do better with. I'm truly, a lot of folks, I definitely made a lot of mistakes along the way. Said and did a lot of terrible things when I was younger and hated. I'm a better man today than ever will be. I have one thing going for me. That's that personal relationship with God I have. And I have a strong personal relationship with him. And I just told my daughter tonight, I said, baby girl, The one thing I do know about you, you keep a relationship with God, with you telling me this and showing me, and that's all matters. And everything else is going to come to you. Anybody that hold malice in their heart about Jay Works or anybody around, honey, please, baby girl, whoever, friends, family, see in your heart, all I am just a human being and just trying to do what God wants me to do, to take care of the things around me. And hopefully I'm doing a good job. Definitely. At another note, if you from Boston and you like football, the New England Patriots without Tom Brady or Bill Belichick is going back to the Super Bowl. Yes. The Patriots won a tough defensive game today over the Denver Broncos. Real tough. Real tough game. 10-3 game. It was nails and elbows. All game. All game. Kudos to the Patriots. Kudos to the Patriots fan. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan to my heart. I ain't gonna hold you since the 1970s. So my team been out of it. But for the hometown team, let's go Pats. Hopefully you win your 7th Super Bowl as a team, as a franchise. And break the tie with my Dallas Cowboys. As noted, as dearly noted. And without Bill Belichick and TB12, proud of you guys up there in New England. Proud of what you guys doing up there. Proud of the young quarterback. I'm proud of what they put together up there. You know, and keep going, folks. And other things. Folks, it's a nor'easter storm going on. Matter of fact, I think it's going across the country. Folks, please, if you don't got to go outside, if you don't got to be in those streets, if you don't have to work, and that's probably saying something that's very gratuitous, please stay in. The weather is crazy on the northeast. It's 28 to 25 to 35 inches of snow. Wind chill factor is below. You know, stay in, folks. And if you got to go out, bundle up. Bundle up. They canceled school here in New York State for the kids for tomorrow. And as a essential workers, be safe, guys. Ambulance drivers, school bus, you name it. Firemen, police officers, definitely police officers, definitely the first responders. Take care of yourself. Please, please, bundle up out there. It's nasty. But on the positive note with that, if we can make it a positive light on that, bring it on. I don't want to see it in the first week of March, first week of April, around Easter. Let's get February in here. Let's get not let the groundhog come out. And that's the old sentiment. I don't believe in it. But I always look forward for that day when they say, well, the groundhog came out and seen the child. 6 more weeks. Or it didn't come out at all. Folks, let's let this weather go past. And if you got birthdays, I feel sorry for you. If your birthday's in the next couple weeks or months, bundle up, folks. Don't let it take you. And again, I'm going to keep this subject going about family. I have several children, a lot of children. And my oldest children, my girls, from Lachey, Nene, Unique, Portia, literally, and my niece, Shantera, wow, Olivia, Igeria, Brianna, God bless her soul, Sunshine, all of my daughters, and my oldest 3 know what I'm about to say. I ain't never got to say my daughters should know I love them. I ain't never got to say I wish, woulda, coulda. My daughter knows how much I feel about them in every which way. And I am my daughter's keeper. I am a person of interest. When it comes out, let me call that man. Let me talk to that man. Let me ask that man something. I'm me. But my children, my daughters, they're my heroes. Each and every daughter that came from that circle of works or came from this heart of mine, because I'm a big teddy bear when it comes to my daughters and my sons and my granddaughters and my grandsons. Y'all my hero. Y'all my hero. And some of my kids are doing things daddy haven't done. And I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of that. And again, don't let the immaterial shit fool you, because daddy done all that. I done seen the money. I done seen the cars. I definitely done seen the jewelry. I definitely done seen shit I shouldn't have seen. Sold hella drugs. You know? But one thing I didn't give up on was my children. And I never have. And for the ones I don't know, I'm here. I'm here. You can holler at me. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't running. I'm here. May not got the finances like I used to have it, but I'm here. We can break some bread. We can eat some bread too. We can do whatever you want. If you want to mine and you don't know me, and if you want to mine, you want to get to know me, I'm here. And this social media thing makes us neighbors. So please don't forget, definitely my oldest kids, I don't got to speak to them on this. I'll speak to any kid who's under 25, who don't know their dad, or either one's is older. Holler at me. I'm easy to talk to. I'm easy to talk to. I'm understandable because I had an understandable father who was the father of half of the neighborhood and still is. And the one thing I do regret, and I say this to my kids who have kids, I regret being a grandfather to my grandkids today, this hour. And God is making that a way for me to do that. Pretty soon, live in the same state, same city, same town. Definitely. That's the only thing I regret in my life. Not watching my grandkids, not playing baseball. Y'all know, if you know me, baseball is my heart. Baseball is something that I always done. I'll outplay anybody in baseball. Today, I'll outplay anybody. Today, I will outplay anybody. Still want a good 4.5, 4.6. For real. Real talk. Catch anybody. So I missed that part. I dismissed that, of that being that thing, that person of interest to my grandkids. But anything else, I have no regrets. I tell my children daily, like, yo, you got something with me, holler at me. This is what daddy had to do to get better. I moved to New York State, became a man, became somebody's husband, became something bigger than life, and still making babies on the way, taking care. I've been taking care of kids since I was a kid. And I'm goddamn tired of that. But nothing never changed for me doing what I got to do for mine. And I hope every man and woman feels the same way and sentiment the same conversation I have out there, you know, for my kids. Life brings on challenges. And like I was telling my daughter, I'm so proud of her. And I said, Lachey, you don't pat yourself on the back. She says, nah, daddy. I should have to pat myself on the back for things I know I got to do, for things I'm doing. I go and have a drink. I was like, nah, I hear you. You know, I can't take that away because I don't condone any activity besides for do what you got to do. But my baby said it straight with me. She said, no, Dad, I don't need to pat myself on the back. You know what I mean? She said, I learned some stuff and know some stuff. And I'm doing some stuff with mine. And I'm leading mine. And that was the biggest thing I can hear today from anybody's child, definitely one of mine. And I appreciate that. And again, you don't just learn what you learn from your siblings or your family. You learn from people you lay down to have kids with. And I learned a lot from my kid's mother and my wife. I learned a lot. For one of my kids' mom taught me how to drive backwards. No bullshit. My kid mom, we was in her father's car, a blue car. I forgot what it was. And it was on the side streets in Roxbury. And she was like, listen, you're going to learn how to drive today. Backwards. I think my little brother was in the car and his friend. And I drive reverse for half a block. And those are things that stick out. Those are things that stick out to me. And I tell you one thing that stick out to me too. And I was telling my daughter, and she remember. One of my kids' mother was at my graduation, pregnant with my son, with my two daughters there at East Boston High. And my daughter remembered that. That was huge to me. That was huge. Because the good or the bad or the ugly is a positive with that. It's a positive with that. It's a love with that. My baby reiterated to me today, like, Dad, I remember a lot. Great, good, and the bad. You always are you. You a man first and a father second. And that shit had me in awe because you never get to hear things from your peers, your mother, your father, and some folks don't have their mother or father. Um, they're not here today. Or some folks don't get to hear it until it's too late. My daughter at 36 told me today, I remember when you graduated. That was huge. Literally. Because you don't put your kids in predicaments to do wrong or right. You just hope they can be greater than you and better than you and understand things that you did wrong, they can do right. And my daughter assured me, Daddy, I'm doing what I got to do for me and mine all day long. And I don't hate nobody. And that was huge. And that was all right. I told her she's my hero. All my babies, my hero, man. Because they don't took knowledge and ran with it. They don't took education and ran with it. They don't took foolishness and threw it out the window. They don't took believing in themselves and making it something. And like I told my baby today, I says, you know, she said, Daddy, I trying is looking up something and researching it. You doing it. You doing the damn thing. And that's what family's supposed to do. The good or the bad, we got to let each other know. It's us uplifting here. You know, I don't hear nothing negative. You call me, if you a constituent of mine, you're a personal friend, you're a daughter, family member, son, wife, cousin, sister, or brother, you call me with bullshit, I'm hanging the fuck up on you. You call me later, you miss me later with that. I'm not for all that. Not too much on me. I'm not gonna do that with you. I don't like nothing in this, nothing that ain't positive synergy around me. Nothing. Because lo and behold, I done seen some bullshit. I done went through some bullshit in my life. And I'm still going through certain shit. But hey, the shit I choose to go through is what I'm going through. The shit I ain't going through, you ain't taking me through that. Or you ain't taking me there. I'm not cussing you out. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not even getting in your lane. See you later. Click, bye, block. Because each and every one of us done some shit in our lives that we like, whoop, oh, I did that, or I'm proud of that. So move forward. Move forward. Big up to yourself. Believe in you. Because most believe I'm not harming nobody who look like me, come for me, show up like I do, get busy like I do, and understand life like I do. I tell folks today, right? A lot of people says works. You don't talk a lot about politics. Hell no. Because Washington, D.C. do not dictate my home. Do not dictate my home. Not the policies, not the rhetoric from the left or right, Democrat or Republican. If you ask me, the majority of them are they gangbangers and they hustlers and they monster. Politics is the most richest gangster shit in the world. Yes, politics. If you don't know something, ask somebody. Donald Trump is one of the biggest business gangsters you can ever meet or hear about. And some of y'all yelling racist, racist. Nah, he's a businessman doing business shit. That some shit is over your heads. Yeah, and he's talking what businessman's talking. And he's only siding who sides with him. And if you're against him, he's gangster with it. He against you. I believe he'd be against his own mama, daddy, sister, and brother, niece and nephew. And do I applaud that? Hell no. But one thing I do agree with it, honestly, but what the hell he's doing is everything he talked about, he's doing, and majority, 97 million of you mother voted for him. You voted for him. And some of y'all are getting what you asked for. These last 3 heinous murders, heinous, well, two in 2 weeks in Minnesota, you heard what he said. You heard what he said. And then allegedly, He told Minnesota, y'all can be part of the investigation if y'all unrelease your voting policies to us. That's gangster. That's gangster. So I need for all of y'all to understand something. Get them 2 jobs. Bust them motherfucking doubles. Yes, get that career. If you don't want to work for somebody, go think of something. Go research something. Go get you a PD code. Go get you a Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana type look or action and go out and sell it. If you got some information that people don't understand and is not rhetoric or is not bullshit, it's life, get you a podcast. Get you a studio setting. Get you a circle. I don't care if 2 people a day listen to you. Somebody's going to hear you. If you're in the real estate, you can buy a building with nothing, honey. I invest every day in certain things that you can't even pronounce. My name's on a lot of different boards in investing. Crops, oranges, stocks, coins, you name it. And I invest in me. I invest in me. Invest in the LLCs, everything. I go to high school basketball games, folks. High school basketball games and cheer on family and friends that I got to cheer on because I'm invested in them. I'm invested in them to their future. My daughter called me today, my oldest daughter, and showed me about 100 videos, cooking, cleaning, sewing, doing hair, virtual product, her own businesses. You know what I told her? You like somebody I know. Get one. Take one and run with it. My granddaughter can do hair, sew-ins, weaves, knotless, box braids, silk press, you name it. Same thing her grandfather can do. My granddaughter can do all that at 17. Because her mother's putting it in her. And I told my daughter, babe, you got a lot you doing. You know what she said? Daddy, I don't want to work for nobody. I said, you doing it. You doing the right way. You on that wave. You on that wave to have your own money. Let me tell you folks something, and this is family. If you ever been around my dad, my family, and a lot of motherfuckers was, you can say what you want about Jay Works or the Works family from Orchard Park. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. But one thing you could say, we had 2 parents that was married, stay-home mom who took care of 7 motherfuckers, 2 girls and 5 boys, a father who worked every day 4 to 12 and fed each and every friend we ever had. You know me, my friends slept at my house millions of thousands. And my father was the strictest man they knew. But I learned responsibilities, bills, respect, and to take care of your brother and your sister and your friend because they family. And we had no family in Boston. I repeat, we had no family in Boston. Each one of my baby mothers stayed in my house. Now, if they tell you something different, they're lying. Because that's how my dad was. My first love stayed in my house. My first oldest, second oldest, third oldest kid, mother stayed in my house. No bullshit. Because that's the type of family and father I had. Even my brother-in-laws done stayed at my motherfucking house. And he didn't allow none of that bullshit. Didn't allow it. And my dad got graduates out that house. And just like some, I can tell you the Smiths of that world, who graduated from OP, some Lambrights, some Williams, some Browns. I can name you a lot of the Pinas, the Fonsecas, the Oliveras. I can name you families, but I only knew 3 families that was married. Mr. Joe and Miss Betty, the Williams, the Bundy, and Tweet's mother and father, and a couple other families twinkling in. I had project brothers and sisters who wasn't even family. Boo next door, Ernest Bass, Carlos McCarter, Tammy and Larice, Lil Tammy and Cedric Edwards. So we have families that was friends of families. Nobody was blood to the works in them projects. But we made a family. No matter what you talk about. No matter what anybody talk about. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You learn some shit from my house. From 20 Prescott. You learn family end of the day. I got a sister. I call my motherfucking sister. Matter of fact, sisters and brothers. The Ross families. It's Alicia, Tina, and Cedric Ross. Miss Ross. Glenda Ross. That's my second family no matter what. No matter what. Even Miss Ross' dogs was family. Miss Ross, the only one in Boston, Massachusetts, knew the word Petey that y'all see on my shirt. She called me that. And that name's from Syracuse here. That's family. That's family. And whatever malice you hear or see about whoever that grew up with me or my friends or family, whatever, that's what the projects taught you. And my dad was 100% real to every kid, every whatever. Yo, the dope fiends in my were crackheads was peoples. No bullshit. The Terez of the world, the Dollies of the world, the Teresas of the world, the Jennifers of the world, family, people, real people, man. No bullshit. And you learn as you go of these peoples you run into in life. I got a brother, man, besides from my brother Deion Smith, man, bow-legged tone. And if you from Boston, you from Roxbury, that guy right there fed all my motherfucking kids, B. On every level. Especially hustling. No bullshit. You learn from family, you learn life. You learn life expecting things. Life brings you shit that you didn't need to see or hear or happen. But you go with it and he loses the learning curve and you keep going. My baby said, Dad, you know how to rope? You pulling the rope? You pulling the rope, Daddy, and it hurting your hand, the loop, because you playing tug of war. But if you let that rope go, you let the rope go, you won't have no more of that pain in your hand. Baby girl, you right, because your dad got pins in his hand. If you know anything about my hands got grinded up in a cube steak machine over there in Newberry Square, Newmarket Square. Yes, the meat market. And my hand always hurt. My hand always going. I always had arthritis since I was a kid, right? But never stopped me. If you got something you holding against anybody, let that shit go. Especially family members. It don't pay not to tell them you love them and they die the next day. Let me tell you something. I had a gripe with one of my brothers, my older brother, for years. Some childhood shit, some name shit. We didn't speak for 8 years, man. That shit killed me. That shit killed me. Because my brother got in some serious trouble as kids. Right? He was co-defendants on a huge case in Boston. 2 young boys from Roxbury. As we talk, you defend each other. You better not come back home with no bullshit. Me and my brothers did that. But as we got older, shit happens. And we didn't speak over some shit that I took personally. And it bothered me. It bothered my bones I didn't speak to my brother. But they're all to tell you, I'm only going to be one way, bro. If I got to hurt any one of my siblings, I'd rather not fuck with them. I'd rather not speak to them. But me and my brother hatched that shit up. I wish a motherfucker would. Straight up with one of mine. And that's where they then I love. My kids, my loved ones, I'm dying to go to hell for. You can reach it all up there. Real talk. And I taught my siblings. I taught my niece Shantira. I taught my nieces and nephews and all my kids to be the same exact way. Let somebody run up on your brother or your sister. You better make sure that. My nene in school used to punish kids in elementary and middle school about little Jerry. What? She was his big brother. Shantira used to punish her big cousins. She knocked Jaquan tooth out. Every girl in my family that came from me, every girl, every woman, because they're women today, are punishers. Are punishers. My mama, her jacket's too long in the courthouse. And I ain't talking about socks. I ain't talking about attempts. My mother jacket is long. Don't play with them. My Beverly jacket is long. Don't play with them. My sister Lakeisha Lynette Works had a mean left hook. You get arguing with that, she be hooking off on you. And the reason why I'm on this convo, because we don't recognize family unless it's bullshit anymore. Unless it's bullshit or rhetoric. I recognize all of mine even if I don't fuck with you. Because I don't fuck with a lot of people who say they kin to me. I just don't. Got nothing against them. But we ain't in the same lane. And some of my siblings I ain't spoke to in years. Some of my brothers I ain't spoke to. Some of my brothers or cousins, I ain't spoke to them. That don't mean I don't love them. I just ain't in the same lane. Here in my city today, I got thousands of cousins. My age, don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with them for what reason? But they kids who's in their 30s, see me where I work at, I'm their big homie, I'm their big cousin, I'm their uncle. You heard? Because I don't forget where I came from. Me and your mama may not speaking, or me and your whatever, or me and your daddy may not be speaking, but you still family. Period. I let that be known. Because sometimes family can be the first ones to try you on bullshit, cross you. But family is always going to be family when it comes to war. When it comes to, yo, blood, what's up? That's all I got. Yo, blood, I got nowhere to go. Yo, sis, yo, brother, I need a couple dollars. Yo, dad, your mom, I'm fucked up. This man I don't lay down with, he ain't right. This girl lay down with, ain't right. Or my wife ain't good. That's when you know you family. And I'm telling all my kids today, if you're listening, if you're not, you're going to hear this. Whatever you got against your father, this man right here, holler at me. Holler at the kid. Because ain't nothing ever been perfect about me. But I love each and every one of y'all. And I got one kid out there. One kid. One kid. One kid. Javon Davis. Javon Davis. From Boston. I ain't seen him almost 20-something years. Literally. I know he moved away with his aunts and uncles and moved to Florida. I moved to New York State, became a different guy, different man. Ain't seen him. Ain't heard from him, but I ain't ran nowhere. I've been reaching out, calling, knocking on doors, and probably I could have did a little more, but I'm here. Got another son. Just seen him 3 weeks ago. He got the same name as I do. Jerome. Your daddy's here for you, man. You're 26, dude. Handsome. Articulate. You know how to work. You know how to go get it. Your dad's here. I told you that. I'm going to tell you again. I love you from the bottom of my heart. No matter what somebody else done told you, or what you done heard, or what you have seen, or what you think. Like we talked about when I was in Boston. I'm your father. I ain't going nowhere. I'd have made a lot of motherfucking mistakes. But the one mistake, it wasn't you. You heard? All your sisters or your brothers. I want you to understand me on that. Accountability is on me. Because I love you. Anything else is uncivilized. End of the day, folks, ask yourself, do you love yourself? Do you love what you produce? That means your kids. You love the person you laying down with, your wife or your husband? Because if you don't, you need to do something about it. Me and my wife have quarrels every now and then. Every now and then. My wife do shit every day I don't like. Say shit. But I'm never going to walk away or run away on some bullshit. I'm going to say my piece and leave it alone. Because when you married, you ain't about walking away or running. Packing your bags and leaving. There's a lot involved in that. Even though it's a piece of paper, but your heart done cut them papers in half already. Especially if you got years. Them vows done been split, diced up, and all that. You got to be a man or a woman. You got to have your big draws on when you're married. When you're in a deep relationship, it ain't about running away. It ain't about I hate that motherfucker, hate that chick. No. Stand up, say what's on your chest, and move on. Move on. I'm living proof. My wife don't mind picking up a stick, bat, corn, whatever, and talking her shit. We never got physical. Never. In the times that we ever had, it's been some measly shit. I'm not about it. I got you, baby girl. No bullshit. You give. My daughter wrote me something. That when you marry, you give up a lot of shit. But one thing I ain't never gave up on was my kids or family. Because my wife know all my kids and welcome my kids. Unique lived with me. Jaquan could have lived with me too as well. Olivia lived with us for 11 years. You know what I mean? But when you marry, you give up the bullshit. Just to make sure your spouse or your husband know that you in it with them. It's no one way. It's for both of y'all. And I got several years on my wife. My wife's 44, right? And not one day I think I'm better than her. Not one day I don't think she could teach better than me. I could teach better than her. I'm always going to be able to listen and learn, but I also want to do better every day. Every day. And it could be a stray in my house for months. It could be times I'm like, I'm leaving, fuck this shit. To myself. Real shit. But life brings on things that you begin to love and dislike for other reasons. One thing me and my daughter talk about today is choices. And a choice that me and my daughter both made, actually, speaking on it, leaving a home or leaving a place where you call home, a city, a state, or town, and moving somewhere else and starting over. I did that. And I explained to my kid, I said, Shay, you remember the situation went on and daddy was like, I'm gone. She says, yeah. I said, I ain't came back to Boston since to live. And she said, Dad, you know what? I left Boston. And I ain't asked somebody for nothing. Got a moving truck, some movers, got my stuff. And that was so big because I'm like, I always blame myself for what I woulda, coulda. Nah. And each one of my kids that understood that, like, Daddy, nah, we know. You told us. It hurts. It hurts. It hurted then. But today we understand why. And that's all those conversations of love, family ones, or your children or a spouse or baby mother, baby father has to understand. Sometimes if you don't take care of you, you are nothing. You're nothing to nobody else. If you can't take care of you and your psyche, if you don't respect what's going on with you or get help, how can you help someone else? How can you even remotely even, I got this, I got that. You can drag somebody with you with your sorrow or hatred or blame game. But if you go and try to get help and fix those curses, how they say, allegedly, you making yourself better so you can be better for your kids, your siblings, or whoever loves you, or just for yourself. One thing I hate, and I hate using the word hate, a lot of kids, a lot of grandkids, when people blame other people for their flaws. If you was damaged before me or whatever, get better. Fuck me, I'm nobody to you. I should be nobody to you but somebody you've been with, or somebody you was married to, or somebody you came across. Or either somebody you played a game with, basketball, baseball, football, or you work with. That's life. You can't blame the white man every day for you not getting a job. We know America's racist. We know certain cities, Boston, this, that, Florida, some parts of Texas, some parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, cricket letter I, it's racist. But how many times you gonna keep blaming the white man for you not getting a job, for you not getting off your ass? My daughter said today, Dad, I work here, I do this or that, I do hair, I cook, I want to get my daughter this. I was so proud of her saying these things. I was like, what the fuck? That's a woman who's on a mission. That's a woman who's on a mission. And you're right, baby girl. No accountability. You don't have no accountability if you don't respect what life has gave you or what you have done. And a lot of us today don't accept accountability. A lot of us. You got motherfuckers from 20, 30 years ago still mad at their mama, still mad at their daddy, still mad at their brother, still mad at their friend because they took a dude away from them. I know a dude up to today, we cool, our kids are cool. He tell his wife all the time, oh, you got a kid by Jay Worth, that's fucked up. She like, nigga, I know him before you. Or we all grew up together. Majority, me and my kid's mother, small story, we all grew up together. Only two of them I ain't grew up with them. And that's my wife, and that's Jessica. Didn't grow up with them. Everybody else, I know their family, their background, everything. Baby girl, I love that. My daughter just said, she told me earlier, Daddy, I'm not working for nobody but myself. I love that. And if independency is what you're looking for and what you always felt, or you see your mother, your father do, that's what you do. Go get it. Because all we all want, and I hope this is the case for a lot of us, is generational wealth. I'm going to say it. Generational wealth. That's all. Grandkids, great-grandkids, whatever. Go get it. Let me tell you a difference. In this example. When you see a white kid at the draft combines, or at the NFL draft, or at the NBA draft, right? They get drafted 1, 2, 3, or 4. And they ask them. And it's prevalent. It's coming up. If you don't believe me, check it out. You ask the white kid. It's a black kid and white kid. You ask white kid, what you gonna do with your first check or your bonus? I'm gonna do some investments. XYZ. You ask a black kid or a black girl or black boy, and it's prevalent. What you gonna do, little Jamal, with your first check, your bonus, your #1 draft pick? I'm gonna go buy my mama a house, my dad that car he wanted, my grandma, right there. But the white kid family already had it. They already got a house. They already got an old car in the driveway. They already got a family car. They already got a day car. So he looking for something to invest for generational wealth. So none of our conversations are like that. But today they are. Today 2026, our kids are talking like my daughter. My daughter said, Daddy, and she 36, busting her ass. My grandkids are busting their ass, not working for nobody else. And you know what I said to her? I said, look behind your father. That's PD Code. I own that. That's Street Savvy, the podcast. I own all the publishing rights to that. I write and produce all content. She says, yeah, Daddy, that's what it is. So as I'm saying this, folks, and I'm not saying everybody's that savvy, get goddamn savvy. The white man in the White House is telling you. He's showing you. He's cutting everything. And we've been cool with it. Black folks been cool with all the bullshit. Because let me tell you something what we did. We made poverty a class. You got rich, you got middle class, you got poor, and you got poverty. Black people live in the projects with a Beamer, Benz, Infinity, Honda with rims, a Buick with 24s, a Chevy truck with everything on it, and be killing them. Poverty stricken. Month to month, $800 in food stamps, whatever. Because we know how to hustle. We got other hustles in them. But the one hustle that black folks got to keep on doing today is keeping a job, making it yours, or you making a career out of being your own boss. For your grandkids can be their own boss. In the last 20 years, yeah, 30, 40 years, I'm giving it that. We've been stepping up. But we way past Barack Obama. We way past Clarence Thomas. And we still hearing the footsteps. I have a dream of Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm no Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm no Barack Obama. I'm Jay Works. W-O-R-K-S. It don't get no better than that. And I'm telling you, it ain't about a dream. Make it an aberration and go get it. Go study it. Go research it. Make your family your universe. Make your family your loved ones. Make your family your beginning and your end. Folks, I'm Jay Works, and this is Street Savvy, the podcast. Every day, 7 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 8 p.m. on the weekends, prime time like tonight. But don't forget those words. Family sometimes do you wrong, sometimes it'll lead you wrong. But never forget what family taught you. And besides for hurting them physically or mentally, you don't got to fuck with them at all. Love them from a distance. But don't forget to tell them you love them, because you never know what tomorrow's promise. I love you guys, and God bless America.